Valorant is slowly turning into a strategy game, not an FPS, and no one's really talking about it. If you were here at the beginning of Valorant, you've seen this clip before.
Here it is. Project A is our character-based tactical shooter. It's competitive. It has precise gunplay.
But if you played Valorant anytime recently, you've probably noticed that precise gameplay isn't really necessary anymore.
Like, what is this? Let's rush the bomb site. Blue wall. Raining smoke. Nami ult. Nukes dropping down. Wall. Pushing over the rocket with rocket launcher flying over. Insane splash grenade. This guy can't see anything. He sees blue. This guy sees yellow. He sees something. He's flashed. This guy peeks. A kill. And then the site's taken. Like, what in the fuck is that game?
Abilities aren't just supporting gunfights anymore. They're replacing them. And if you still think that raw mechanical skill will carry you to the top, you're gonna get hit with a flash, and then a stun, and then Taeho missiles, and then you're dead. Let's talk about why aim alone isn't enough anymore, and how to survive in a meta that just hates you and your headshots. Ground rule number 1 in competitive games. Players will always do whatever takes the least effort for the highest chance of winning. We're not tryhards, we're just efficiently lazy. If winning requires 5 headshots in a row, we'll try that. But if winning means spamming molly lineups from across the map while eating cereal, guess which one we're picking? And that is how the meta is born. It's like the game's unofficial rulebook, written by Reddit, confirmed by scrim results, and enforced by your immortal teammate who only plays Reyna and backseats your every move. And right now, well, the meta says don't peek, don't shoot, just throw utility until someone dies. And honestly, it's kinda working. We've hit a point where being the better aimer isn't enough. If you're not flashing, stunning, or drowning the enemy in post-plant mollies, you're just a highlight reel waiting to happen. And the reason people are playing like this isn't because it's fun, because it's not. It's because it wins. At the top levels, everyone is optimized. And right now, aim duels, well, they're kind of a liability. Why take a 50-50 fight when you can turn it into a 100-0 with utility? So yeah, the meta has spoken, and it didn't say flick heads, it said pop your nano swarms and find your molly lineups because it's time to win the round. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, that's so lame, don't worry, you're not alone. There's literally a whole subreddit that agrees with you. Think of some of the best raw aimers in the game. Demon 1, yay, Scream. These were the gods of first bullets, the human aimbots, the players you'd literally dodge immediately if you saw them on the enemy team. Now, well, many of them have been benched, switched roles, or even left the pro scene. And why? Because pure aim is now the least reliable way of getting value. Let's be honest, how many of your deaths lately have been from a clean 1v1 gunfight? And now, how many came from getting chain stunned, peeked, while nearsighted, dying to a molly you didn't even hear? And yeah, I bet you're catching my drift. It's not just you. That's kind of what Valorant is right now. The highlight reel plays still exist, sure, but they're becoming the exception, not the norm. And while we love watching aimers do aimbody things, the average game today rewards the guy with the better utility usage, way more than the one with better crosshair placement. The aim gods aren't washed, they're just getting outplayed by players who never even have to see them. And honestly, who needs reflexes when you have a lineup that does your job for you? Valorant was always advertised as a mix of gunplay and abilities, but what we have now isn't a mix. Utility didn't just join the team, it stole aim's lunch and then sat in its seat. Also banged his mom. Utility isn't supporting fights anymore, it is the fight. Let's take a look at some of the worst offenders. Taeho's guided salvo, basically a guaranteed damage zone, you have to leave or you're dead. Vize's razor vines, turns every choke point into a just giant no-go zone. And Breach's stun and aftershock. You get flashbang, then stun, and then cooked like a Costco rotisserie chicken. These abilities don't just assist, they replace mechanics. You don't need to win aim duels if the enemy literally can't fight back. In high-level play, the round's often decided before the first bullet is even fired. It's all about map control, pressure, and ability layering. Gunplay is now just the follow-up act. Utility is the headliner. It's like buying concert tickets to see aim, and then utility walks on stage as the surprise main act and never leaves. Let's talk about the shift in agent design. Once upon a time, if you had good aim, you picked Jett or Reyna and then just fragged out. Now, the best agents are the ones who prevent fights entirely. Breach doesn't win duels, he prevents them. Taeho doesn't clutch with flicks, he removes angles. And Killjoy, well, she'll just stall a push so long the enemy team dies of boredom. Controllers, sentinels, initiators, they're running the show now. Duelists are just there to collect trade kills and run the spike in after utility clears the way. It's not about flashy entries anymore, it's about who has the better team setup, better lineups, and better ability synergy. Valorant is slowly becoming an RTS designed as an FPS. Next patch, expect a minimap where you can just click enemies to stun them. If the current trend continues, the future of Valorant is less about reaction time and more about ability timing. We're already seeing this. Preset executes that remove gunplay entirely, post-plant lineups that win rounds from across the map, and duelists being outclassed by utility bots. Imagine trying to dry peek into coordinated utility on a pro team. That's not confidence, that's a speed run to the spectator screen.
It's gonna be havoc being the lone warrior here.
So, if you want to improve, start thinking like a chess player. Study team utility, practice executes, learn setups for your maps and agent combos. Stop thinking, how do I win this 1v1? And start thinking, how do I never let it be a 1v1? Outsmarting is the new out-aiming. And if you're only playing deathmatch to warm up, well, buddy, go grab some popcorn and start VOD reviewing. Is there hope for a Valorant that rewards aim again? Well, actually, yes, but not without changes. Here's what would help. Agent bans like from League of Legends or Rainbow Six Siege. If you want a gunfight heavy match, then ban Breach or Teo. That way it'll force more open duels. You can have longer cooldowns, make abilities feel more like moments and not spam. Duelist buffs would be nice. Let them be more self-sufficient and give them utility counters. Will Riot actually do this? Well, maybe. But it depends on us asking for it, loudly and consistently. Until then, better start practicing your post-plant lineups, or get really good at being Breach. Like, really good. So, what do you think? Is Valorant evolving or just becoming a utility hell? Let me know in the comments, and if you're wondering what it's like to hit Radiant and still feel kinda dead inside, check out my video, What Valorant is Like Once You Hit Radiant. It's a very different look at the game's endgame, and yeah, it's a little existential.